Hidden gifts of trichotillomania? What? Yeah, see, here's the thing. No one would wish for trichotillomania. No one would volunteer to endure what for many is intense suffering and for many for a very long time. But we don't get to choose, do we? One day you've never even heard of trichotillomania. It never would have even occurred to you to pull out your own hair. Even in the exact same situations, you may find yourself doing it now. And the next, there you are. Somehow you now have trichotillomania and you can't seem to break free of it. And you're wondering, why me? Why do I have to go through this? What did I do to deserve this? And it all looks bad, right? And if all you're doing is looking at it right then and there, well, sure, from that in-the-moment perspective, it just sucks. And nobody could blame you for feeling that way. But is that all there is to it? What if I told you it could be possible that you eventually could even be thankful for trichotillomania, for all you've been going through? Sound pie in the sky? Sound like a lot of positive thinking? Maybe it is. Or maybe there's more to it than that. Stay tuned. So my wife and coaching partner Glay and I have been working with folks from around the world for years now, helping for many of them finally overcome their challenges with compulsive hair pulling. And we've been doing this long enough to have seen quite a few people come through our program some many years ago, and now that they've been free from trichotillomania for some length of time, again some for years, we're hearing stories from them that we didn't necessarily expect when we first began doing this work. And that is that many of them, believe it or not, are actually grateful that they went through this. Yeah, no kidding. We've been in touch with any number of past clients who, now that they've had to endure this thing and now that they've gotten through it, actually see it as a positive in their life. For example, we have clients tell us they feel stronger now than ever before. And a lot of that is due to the fact that in having had to face this thing, and now in having conquered something that frankly they thought there was no way they were ever going to be able to conquer, they discovered something inside themselves that they may never have discovered, or maybe been forced to discover, had this challenge not been thrust upon them. Some clients tell us they feel more confident now, having beaten something they never thought they could beat. Now they're like, you know what, if I set my mind to it, there's nothing I can't do. And these people would never have realized that. They never would have developed this unstoppable confidence if they hadn't been beset by this challenge called trichotillomania and been forced to stretch themselves in ways that finally allowed them to break free. But you can begin to see the power in having come away with something like that, right? It's almost as though it were a rite of passage for them. I want to share with you a metaphor for this kind of thing about personal growth and evolution and how that works for all of us from the earliest moments of our lives. Imagine that as a little baby, there's not really much you can do. You're pretty much totally dependent on everyone around you to solve your problems. If you're hungry, you can't feed yourself. If your diaper is full, you can't change yourself. Depending on your age, you may not even be able to move much without help, right? But as we come upon them, these problems force us to grow. For example, when you're this baby, your sphere of influence is incredibly small. But then we encounter some challenge, like learning to walk or learning to talk, even as basic as that. And you know what? We find ourselves pushing up against the boundaries of our abilities. And sometimes we hit the wall and we fall back into our tiny realm. And then we come back and we try something else and we hit the wall again and fall back into our comfort zone. Again, our relatively small world. But if the pain of our challenge is sufficiently motivating, we're probably going to keep trying and keep trying and keep trying. And eventually, if we keep trying long enough, we have a breakthrough. We try something else that works this time. And guess what? We've learned something now, haven't we? We've learned a new skill that we're now able to bring to bear wherever we want. Our sphere of influence has just gotten larger. There's more we're capable of now. And guess what? Now that your abilities have grown, somehow even bigger challenges come our way, right? Problems we hadn't faced before because we weren't ready for them. And because they are problems, they hurt. And when something hurts enough, that motivates us to try new things to try to overcome that challenge. That's us again, pushing up against the boundaries of our capabilities at that point. And we may try again and again, and we may fail again and again. But if we keep trying, guess what? One day you're going to have another breakthrough. You try something different, and this time it works. And once again, you've just learned something that has helped you grow as a person. You're now more capable than you were before. Your sphere of influence has grown. And you're pretty happy about that, and you should be. But then guess what? Yeah, just when you're celebrating that victory, boom, here comes another challenge, here comes another problem. And you struggle with that until you have a breakthrough, and when you do, you'll grow even more as a person. Do you see where this is going? It's almost like you can't not conquer a challenge so large as trichotillomania and not grow in profound ways as a result. No wonder we hear these stories. We hear stories of folks who now find themselves feeling more empathetic to others than they've ever been before. You know, they've been to hell and back themselves, so they get it, they understand. And by the way, these are the folks you want to seek out if you're having trouble with hair pulling, not people who are still struggling with it, not people just to commiserate with, but people who have conquered it and who can understand you and, better yet, show you the way out of this thing. Have you ever heard the saying, God sometimes throws a storm into our way so he can clear our path? Abraham Maslow, the great social psychologist who gave us the concept of hierarchy of needs, once said, "You will either step forward into growth or you will step back into safety." How about this one? God sometimes takes us into troubled waters, not to drown us, but to cleanse us. How about, I asked God, "Why are you taking me through troubled water?" And he said, "Because your enemies can't swim." So you know what? This stuff about problems leading to something better, it's actually a well-known phenomenon. And when the time comes when you beat your trichotillomania, God only knows what kind of awesome things await you after that. Guess you're just going to have to beat your trichotillomania first before you get to find out. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you found it inspiring and perhaps causing you to look forward more than ever to doing whatever it takes to overcome this challenge called trichotillomania. If you're watching this video at our Facebook community page or at our YouTube channel, feel free to like us or give us a thumbs up, whatever it is, depending on where you're at. If you're on our YouTube channel, be sure to click that little bell icon. That will inform you whenever we publish a new video here on YouTube. If you're watching at our sister blog site, feel free to hit the reply button below and leave a comment, okay? What's your reaction to this video? How has it impacted you? If you have questions you'd like us to address in future videos, do feel free to visit our questions and answers page at our website at www.trick-free.com/qa.html. And if you'd like to reach out to us with questions about how we can help you personally or a loved one, we'd love to hear from you. You can contact us through our website at www.trick-free.com. And you can also call us at any time of day or night toll-free at 833-TRICH-FREE. I'm Robert Mantell. I'm the founder and executive director here at Trichotillomania Relief Specialist in Southern California. For my wife and coaching partner, Glay, thanks for watching, and here's hoping you enjoy an amazing trick-free week.